as a nursing mother, you require an extra 3 to 500 calories per day to enable you maintain a good life, a balanced diet, and also to stimulate breast milk production. So you should be intentional about eating balanced diets. Make sure that whatever food you are eating, it is balanced. Hey lovelies, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always stopping by to watch my videos. And if this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Priscilla. I am a registered and licensed health practitioner practicing here in Lagos, Nigeria for more than a decade. I am a mom of 3. In this channel, I share content around motherhood, parenting, maternal and child health, family health, mental health, and how it affects us as mothers. If this is the kind of content you love to watch, consider hitting the subscribe button. Let's grow this family, and also turn on your post notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will certainly be the first person to get notified. Having said that, let us dive into today's video. When a mother is nursing, there are some lifestyle adjustments she is expected to make so that she can support both her health and the well-being of her baby. One of these adjustments is nutrition and hydration. You know, as a nursing mom, your body demands more food from you. Why? Because you're no longer eating for yourself, but you are eating for 2 or for 3 or 4, probably depends on how many babies you are nursing at that moment. Now, you should be intentional about what you eat as a mom. Of course, you know that whatever you take in, that is what you pass to your baby as well. So the health of your baby, the well-being of your baby depends solely on what you take as a mother, because the same you pass to your baby. Now, as a nursing mother, you require an extra 3 to 500 calories per day to enable you maintain a good life, a balanced diet, and also to stimulate breast milk production. So you should be intentional about eating balanced diets. Make sure that whatever food you are eating, it is balanced. Okay? No matter how bad it might be, whether you are in a rural setting or in the village setting, in the urban setting, I know that things are very hard, but having this knowledge, having the mindset that your baby is what you eat, it enables you to be intentional about what you take in. You eat more of vegetables, protein, more of carbohydrates, you know, soluble fat, healthy fats. Just make sure that you maintain a healthy, balanced diet in everything that you eat. Now, as a nursing mother, you also agree with me that you get thirsty more often. Yes, so you should always keep your body hydrated. Okay, we always encourage exclusive breastfeeding, of which both the food, the water the baby eats comes from you. All right, so because you are nursing, you should be intentional about always being hydrated every time of the day. Another thing you ought to pay attention to is rest and sleep. As a nursing mom, your sleeping pattern definitely will change. Yes, so you have to be intentional about your rest, because babies are very demanding. You have to feed them on demand. There is cluster feeding. If you have watched my previous video, I talked about cluster feeding. All right, they want to just be on that breast every time. So you should be intentional about your own health, because it's really, really important. Okay, so you should plan your rest around your baby's rest as well. What do I mean by this? You take advantage of when your baby is napping. You and nap also. Okay, don't take that time that the baby is sleeping to go and wash clothes, go and cook, go and do this and that. No, you find that by the time you are done running around, the baby is awake and you are breastfeeding again. You are attending to the baby's need again, whereby depriving yourself of that rest and that sleep. So take the time to always rest and sleep with that time that your baby is sleeping. It is very, very important. I know it is sometimes very difficult, because you look around and say the only time you have to do these things is when the baby is sleeping, but all the same, you have to be very intentional about it. Then support system is very important. It is very important. If you need support at any point, don't hesitate to ask. Okay, it doesn't make you less of a woman, it doesn't make you weak. Okay, no, you have to seek support if you need one. All right, if you feel that this whole nursing thing is overwhelming, the baby takes most of your time, you hardly have time for yourself, be very, very careful. All right, ask for help. Ask for help from friends, from family, so that you also should take care of yourself and prioritize your rest. Then physical activities. There are some minor activities you ought to do as a nursing mom, so that it can help you recuperate, heal well, and your body will adjust faster. All right, but all the same, you have to listen to your body and get clearance from your health practitioner before you engage in any form of heavy exercises of any kind. All right. So if you want me to make a video of minor exercises that will help you as a nursing mom, help your abdomen, help your pelvic floor, leave it in the comment section and I will certainly make a video about that. Now, your emotional well-being also matters. Due to hormonal changes and shifts, there might be mood swing. It's going to affect your mood. At times you feel sad. It's all okay. At times there might be baby blues as well. It is fine. It is normal. But the most important thing is for you to be intentional about it. Don't in any way neglect your body, all right? And seek support from your healthcare provider, from family and friends if you really need to do so. Okay? When it comes to nursing, there is no strong woman. There is no superhero in nursing a baby. All right? Because it might be easier for one woman than the other. So listen to your body, consider your circumstances, and act wisely when you ought to. Now, you also pay attention to your lifestyle as well, okay? Being a mother is a different ballgame altogether. As a single lady, you are living for yourself. You are living your life. You have your way, you have your pattern. But the moment you become a mother, everything changes, okay? You no longer live for yourself alone, but you are living for your child or your children. So there are certain habits you really need to forfeit as a nursing mom because it's going to harm your baby. Okay? All right. So you wouldn't want to nurse your baby and be careless about some habits you ought to have forfeited. And by the time you start playing out, it affects your baby in the future. You begin to regret. No. If you are in the habit of smoking or taking hard drugs or all those kind of lifestyle, you really need to forfeit those things. Not for anything, but for the sake of that life that God has put into your care. All right. So before you take any medication as a nursing mom, you must get a prescription from your health provider because you might not know which one your baby will tolerate and which one might affect your baby in the long run. All right. So let's talk about clothing. As a nursing mom, of course, you know that it is not every clothes you should wear. Okay. You should be very comfortable on what you wear. You wear clothes that you'll be comfortable feeding your baby at any time. All right. So even when you go outside, you go for immunizations or you go to clinics or whatever, and your baby demands breast milk, you wouldn't deprive your baby of breast milk because of the clothes you are putting on. No, you should be intentional about whatever you are wearing out as a nursing mom. It should be very easy for you to breastfeed your baby anytime, anywhere. There is no specific place that you ought to breastfeed your baby. Okay, you can do it decently, but you must satisfy the needs of that baby at every point in time. And in conclusion, you know that there is no feeding schedule when it comes to nursing your baby. All right, I talked extensively about this in my previous video, that babies always demand breast milk. So you should have that mindset that you should be available at every point in time to breastfeed your baby, to feed your baby on demand, not with any strict schedule. All right, they only start having a pattern, that is the flexibility, when they are a bit older, as they grow. All right, they start having that pattern of feeding every 2 hours or every 3 hours. But when they are much younger, they demand for the breast milk at random. All right, and you must satisfy their demand at every point in time. So having this mindset that you have to be available to breastfeed your baby anytime, anywhere is also very important. Now, finally, there should be patience, okay? Both mother and baby, they need patience to be able to learn, to be able to adjust to the process because it's actually a process, all right? So I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you learned one or two. Do well to share to as many as you know that will need this video. I'll see you again in my next one.